Each house consists of 2 or 3 rooms depending on the size of the family. The rooms are connected by a covered way. As in traditional houses, each house has boundary walls with courtyards. A storeroom is also provided. As can be seen from the plan of the whole village, the planning is based on a modular system ensuring equal living space for each family. Everything possible was done to ensure that the total needs of the community were fulfilled and could be maintained. All building surfaces were rendered to make them resistant to the weather. All-weather streets, paved and curbed with limestone, were added. This helps prevent the pools of water which become a breeding ground for malarial mosquitoes. So the plans became a reality. 3,000 trees were planted to provide shade and make the village a more pleasant place for living. Ultimately, success of the plan to build not just a village but a community would depend on the desire and ability of the villagers to work together. People who worked on the project could not be paid, but they and their families had communal cooking and eating. This helped build a sense of community, but it would have been essential anyway to provide some support for the people while they worked on the project, because they would not have had the resources to feed themselves, as well as work without payment. Everyone who could contribute to the project did. They worked according to their capacity and capability. This old man made his contribution by cooling the drill. Community bonds were enhanced by the construction of communal animal sheds. Moving the animals from the courtyards was essential if health was to improve. But it also meant that people could use their courtyards for growing vegetables and herbs and flowers. As finally completed, the sheds could house almost 100 animals, such as cows and donkeys. Again, as part of a total development, provision had to be made for a clean water supply. A windmill is used to pump water to an 8,000-litre storage tank from which it is sent to standpipes in various parts of the village. Public standpipes were preferred because there was less chance of someone leaving a tap on. There's also the very real social value of the contact between people which blossoms at the well, not to mention the romances. Banks of toilets are located at 3 points in the village. From experience in other parts of the world, it has been proved that amoeba-free, clean drinking water alone, or sanitation alone, will not make a significant difference to the health of a community. But when combined together, there is a dramatic improvement. So a septic tank system renders the human faeces free from harmful bacteria, and twice a year the tanks are emptied, the contents dried in the sun, and then used as a fertilizer. In Afghanistan, a communal bathhouse is an institution. 3 solar absorbers heat 300 litres of water, which is sufficient for 20 people to bathe in one morning. Walls surrounding it protect the solar absorbers from damage. Water is also available for irrigation by use of another windmill located about 200 metres outside the village, which channels water along 1 kilometre of pipe to an area of 4 hectares of land which was reclaimed. Essentially, the credit union to which all the families belong has become the landlord of all the communal reclaimed land. Incentives have been provided to encourage the formation of a production cooperative to cultivate this land. The introduction of vegetables like spinach has helped to improve nutrition. So the village was completed and the families moved in. Only a family which does not have another house anywhere else in Afghanistan can have a house there. A family can't mortgage it, let it, divide it or demolish it. These and other rules are to help to ensure that the peasants are protected against exploitation from moneylenders and landlords. The very attractiveness of the homes encourages respect for them. Each house has a skylight at the apex of the roof and a narrow vertical window in the wall. Top and bottom sections of this window can be opened for air circulation. and every house has a kitchen as well as a small washing area. People quickly felt at home in their new surroundings because they were so much in tune with all that they had been used to. Within 2 hours of moving in, the scene, as viewed from the road, shouts normality. Just because the village is so close to the main road from the capital Kabul to Mazar-e Sharif, the shrine visited each year by most people in the country, the story of the village has spread. The kangaroo symbol used by the team has become known throughout the country. Depths of friendship and trust have been established, which it is always difficult to achieve through formal diplomatic channels. Already word has spread that the design is earthquake resistant. Saighanchi has remained unaffected by earthquakes as large as 5.9 on the Richter scale. So 2 houses in the nearby town of Qum have already used the same building system. A change in government disaster relief policy has also come about. In future, victims of earthquakes will be helped through food and building materials to build earthquake-resistant houses for themselves. So what seems to have been achieved in Saighanchi is not just the building of a village, but the creation of a community. The people basically remain farmers, yet they feel at home with technology. They have the confidence to continue to be self-reliant. Their basic needs are being fulfilled, their children's health and education are assured, and they have a confidence in their ability to bring about change, which brings with it confidence for the future. In an area where so often a poor farmer's home is not much more than a shelter, here it has become a home, spacious, clean and properly ventilated. For an assessment of the project, social anthropologist Asta Ollison said, "Nowhere have I read about or seen a project where people so disintegrated have been mobilized to act and work so hard that the flesh on their fingertips has been exposed, to achieve what was considered to be impossible." So the village of Saighanchi stands today as a witness to a dream realized for integrated rural development. The confidence of the government has been retained so that an invitation has been issued to embark upon a larger program. This program of solar energy for food and development holds promise of being able to demonstrate that the introduction of industrialization to a developing country need not be at the expense of the rural sector of the economy.